for Draycote Dash. Yesterday was a bit slow to get started, but I think it turned up as it should have done in the late morning. So I'm glad you got a good day sailing in. So to start with, we've got this low that's moved in overnight, so that's a lot closer. We've had a lot of these fronts moving over, and so that brought a lot of rain last night, and kind of these big bands as these fronts passed. And as we can see here, we're obviously where this dot is. That's the occluded front there. Then we've got multiple cold fronts there and there. So the occluded front up there, then you've got the warm front, cold front. And you can kind of see that structure here. So the warm front, the occluded front, the warm front here, cold front here, and then this is the decaying cold front just down the back here. So as that, as this sector moves through, we become slowly more consistent. So the decaying energy there could potentially lead to another slow build in the morning, but equally it could have decayed enough that actually it's bless me, it could have decayed enough that actually we are kind of experiencing that clean air behind the front. And what that means is that we're going to have a reasonably consistent day again before 10 o'clock. This sector could be a little bit less consistent than we expect. And then, obviously, after sailing again, we get that drop. Again, a little bit of model divergence. But the general trend is a slight increase. Generally pretty stable. I'm expecting a bit of a left shift in the early afternoon. The gusts could be pretty large, but again, this is really cloud dependent. So if those clouds descend, those bigger gusts will arrive. Otherwise, the gusts will be kind of like in the high teens, early 20s. The cloud height is the really big driver of any of this. So if we get those clouds, then we will get those shifts. And I'm expecting that to be the most influential part of that kind of late morning. If those clouds keep coming down, then actually they're going to be the big driver. And as we spoke earlier, this bit is a lot less confidence, a lot of model divergence, and that is because of the presence of that decaying cold front. As that goes through in the late morning, we're expecting a build and a lot more confidence in that forecast, and then a decrease again in the afternoon. How that looks in terms of direction, we've got that right hand shift as the breeze settles and builds, and then a gradual left shift throughout the afternoon into the evening. And it's really important to notice that actually that's all going to be part of an oscillation rather than a kind of big switch. But these are going to be really cloud driven, so your kind of general wind direction is going to be kind of dictated by the synoptic setup, but then you'll get small scale gusts and clouds driving those shifts. So the way this looks on the map is wind is coming from somewhere between 240 and 260, so from kind of Birdingbury to kind of like almost Draycote Village, depending on where you are on the lake. So the breeze is actually pretty clean. And this means that we are going to be experiencing much fewer gusts and much more consistent general breeze. We haven't got that hill in play anymore, so it's a lot lower here. So once it's actually over on the lake, obviously you've got the dam over this side. So once it's actually over that, then you're going to get some pretty decent breeze. You could potentially get a little bit of convergence on this, and as you get up to the windward side of this lake, there could potentially be a wind shadow as the breeze kind of comes up the hill. That's all for today. Have a great day out, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.